So to start off, I'm going to apply my foundation all over my eyelid to blend out that concealer underneath my brow, and also so my eyelid is one colour. As you can tell, I have got a dark eyelid, so yeah, I'm using my beauty blender sponge. It's ripped because my brother decided to rip it, but yeah, we're going to apply a little bit of that all over my eyelid, and it would make sense if I actually had my mirror in my hand. To set that foundation, I'm just going to use Makeup Geek Creme Brûlee all over my eyelids and a sponge sponge wedge, yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. The first thing that we need to do to get this eye look is to map out the C shape, and to do that I'm going to use my MAC 2110 brush, this really skinny brush, and then the NYX Tame Frame Brow Pomade in Espresso. So yeah, that's what I use for my brows as well. A line from like the centre of my eyelid. Doesn't matter if it's not super dark, you just need it as a guide. And then I'm going to start doing my C shape, and you want it to be just above your crease. So if I open up my eyes, I can see this is my crease because this is where my eye naturally folds. And I'm going to place the C, well, I'm going to start drawing the C from there and connect to that line that we started before. So I think you can just about see that. As long as you can see it, it's fine. I'm going to make it a little bit darker so you guys can see it. And then with the excess on the brush, you just want to feather that out a little bit, and that's just going to help you blend. So next we're just going to blend that out a little bit, and I'm using my Zoeva 230 Luxe pencil brush. This is what it looks like. I'm not even showing you guys. Sorry, it's a bit hard to see on my screen because of the way my camera's set up. So I'm going to use that to blend out that line, or that shape that we created, just slightly. And then on top of that, I'm going to use Makeup Geek Cocoa Bear, which is this shade here, with the same brush again. I'm just going on top of that shape. Really see on camera that shape, but I can. And then on top of that, I'm going to use this dark brown from my Shadow Couture palette by Anastasia, and the shade that I'm using is Fudge, which is this shade. So just a dark brown. I'm using that same brush again, and I'm just applying that directly on top of where I put Cocoa Bear. To blend out those two shadows, I'm going to use the Zoeva 224 Luxe Define Crease brush, and it's just this small fluffy brush that's really good for getting in to like define places and blending it out. So I'm going to use that to blend out and diffuse those edges. Then I'm going to go back in with that Fudge shade just a little bit more. To map out that shape we created before, I'm going to use my the brush that I got with my Maybelline gel liner. It's just this really thin brush, and I'm just using this because it's nice and tiny and I can, you know, create the shape that I need. The shadow that I'm going to use is Anastasia Beverly Hills Noir, but you can use any black eyeshadow. Create that C shape once again. It doesn't matter if it's really harsh, we're going to blend it out. I'm just going to map out that shape. And in order to get into that, you know, crease of your eyes, if you just lift your eyebrow, you can get in there easier. So you can now see that shape a lot better, but we're going to blend that out. So to blend it out, take that same Zoeva brush, the pencil brush, don't add any more product to it, but blend it out first. Now that I've blended that out, I'm going to use that Fudge shade again, and I'm just going to use that to blend, well, to help me blend out that black so it's not too harsh, so it's nice and diffused. Blending does take some time, so if you feel like you've been here for like 5 minutes, that is normal. Then I'm going to take that Zoeva Defined Crease brush again and blend the outer edge. Go back in with some more black. Additional product, I'm going to blend that out with that pencil brush. I'm just blending it out with no additional colour on the brush. Then I'm going to go in with Fudge again. Clean up that inner shape, I'm going to use my MAC NC45 Studio Finish Concealer and this Real Techniques brush, and I'm going to clean up that inner part. So my camera decided to stop recording, which is really annoying, but what I did was apply Makeup Geek Grand Stand. I'm going to show you the shadow since you guys didn't get to see me put it on my eyelid. So after I cleaned up that centre part, I applied this onto my eyelid. First I applied it dry, and then the second time that I went in I applied it by spritzing my brush with the Makeup Revolution Amazing Fixing Spray. I forgot the name, I'll show you guys that. On top of that I'm going to use this shade called Pink Champagne by Anastasia Beverly Hills, which is this shade right here. So I'm going to dip my brush in that, then I'm going to spritz it with that spray and then apply that. On top of that I'm going to apply Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter in Sunburst, which is just this yellow gold shade. Now that's all done, I'm going to apply eyelashes, and the eyelashes that I'm using are Princess Pandora from Lovable Lashes. I do have a discount code for these lashes as well, so I'll put that in the description box. You don't want to use eyelashes that are too overpowering because then that just takes away from the whole eye look. Okay, so I've done the rest of my face, which was my highlight, contour, foundation, yeah, blush as well. So next I'm going to finish off my eyes, and to do that I'm going to take that Fudge shade that I used before and I'm going to run that on my lower lash line with the Zoeva 226 smudger brush. To blend that out I'm going to use the Zoeva 230 Luxe pencil brush. The brush I'm going to use for my highlight is the Morphe M301, and that's the brush that I've been using non-stop lately. Just going to spray my face. And just before my face goes completely dry, I'm going to apply my highlight. I'm just going to wait for that to dry a little bit more. And you can tell it's about to dry because you'll feel it just going. Yeah, so I'm going to use Dripping in Gold. And on top of that Dripping in Gold, I'm going to apply the Baked Bronzer from Makeup Revolution. And that's how I get my highlight to pop. I layer. I've never actually used one highlight, I just think that's enough. I like to use two. And for my lips, I'm going to use Coloured Raine Tootise, which is this dark burgundy brownie shade. Yeah, burgundy brownie shade. This is the end of the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a little bit different technique wise, but it's still really easy to recreate. If you do recreate it, then tag me on Instagram or hashtag Adija.K so I know that you've recreated it. If you like this video, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.